Hey Pisces, welcome to June. So Pisces, does it feel lighter yet for you? I hope so, because all those planets that have been hanging out in your sign for a very long time have now moved into Aries. So you get some quieter energy right now. Now, we had Saturn, the planet of responsibility, in your sign for the past 2.5 years. You can say goodbye to it. We've had Neptune, your own ruling planet, in your sign for the past 14 years. See you later, Neptune, into Aries, okay? So now you get to kind of not have as much pressure on you, all right? Now you do have a square, which is a little bit of a challenging aspect with the sun in Gemini, because Gemini is a mutable sign, and so are you. So you make a 90-degree angle, okay? But that lightens when we get to the 20th of the month into July 22nd, because the sun moves into the sign of Cancer, a water sign. You are a water sign, Pisces. You make a nice positive trine with the sun in Cancer. We also have Mercury, the planet of communication, going into the sign of Cancer on June 8th through June 26th. This is a psychic placement for Mercury, because anytime Mercury's in a water sign, it speaks the unspoken, the intuitive language. So your psychic energy, which you naturally have, is going to be very heightened during this time. Please pay attention to feeling and to what's coming up, because you're going to be communicated with in like a non-verbal way. Now, Jupiter is moving into Cancer, and Jupiter is the planet of luck, blessings, and expansion. Going into the water sign of Cancer, it's going to be a good thing for you, Pisces, with that trine with Jupiter for the next year. Okay, so it can bring in blessings for you. Jupiter works its best in the sign of Cancer. So this is a really positive thing through July 1st of 2026. You also have a nice sextile, which is considered a positive aspect, with Venus in the Earth sign of Taurus from June 6th to July 4th, and also with Uranus that's been there. This is its last month in the sign of Taurus. So unexpected monies can show up, unexpected love can show up, and things of value. So enjoy your relationships, trust your feelings, and don't push too hard for your way the beginning of the month up to the 20th, okay? Because of that square with the sun. All right. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say for you, Pisces. Got a couple jumper ones there. So let's just start with these, okay? The first one is the King of Cups, which is you, Pisces King, right? Kings, cards are non-gender. Kings go after what they want. So he looks like he's very strong in himself. He knows exactly what he wants. He's holding the cup of satisfaction. See, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which shows almost like the party is private, right? Not allowed in. Ten of Pentacles, there's something very like a really happening party, something really of value there, and the doors are closed. Maybe you've been invited into something beautiful. And the Four of Pentacles here, where he's holding on to his money. And so maybe, almost get the vibe like maybe you're opting out of this because you want to save some money, okay? Let's pull a few more cards, because those ones just came leaping out. Let's see, I wanted to use my Magical Hours Tarot deck here. See what else Pisces needs to know this month. And we've got the Five of Wands, and you can see people kind of parting ways here. Interesting. Okay, so people parting ways, and then this was like you were almost like, I almost got like being excluded out of here. So let me just pull one more. Is that accurate to what's going on here for Pisces? And the Strength card's coming in. Okay, so I kind of feel like there may be some feelings of feeling left out, or feeling like something might be a little bit too expensive for you. And I almost think of the Strength card almost like a test of resilience, and it's like, you may need to part ways with some of these people that you're spending time with. Let me just pull another one. I'm going to make sure, because that really, those three cards just came flying out. And I only intended to pull one card from that deck. Yeah, here's the Five of Cups. So he's kind of looking sad over these 3 cups spilt. I think maybe you're going through some friendship things where this group of people that maybe you thought was for you, maybe you're being left out, or maybe you're realizing that you need to step away to keep your power and to protect your joy. Yeah, the Hermit came out. This is our card of the year. I love this version of the Hermit too. It's so pure and white, and it's a snowdrop, right? So snowdrops, isn't that like an early spring flower? The Hermit's our card of the year. It equals 9. 2025 equals 9. So you may be having to go your own way here. And I know that's not easy, and I know you can be a very emotional creature, Pisces, but I see some kind of splitting apart around some people. Let me just see, is this friendship or is this love? That's Two of Pentacles kind of weighing it out back and forth. Is this love or are these just friends? Eight of Pentacles. It looks like it has some theme about work. Okay, these could be friends at work, sunflowers in each of these. Okay, so you may need to just have the courage to do your own thing here if that's what needs to be done. I do think that you will move on from this. The Chariot, yes. Okay, so you're overcoming obstacles and moving forward. Look how beautiful that looks. It's got a very yin and yang vibe up there. And so you're not going to be alone. You just need to go through this challenge, okay? And almost like it's I don't know why I get like it's almost like a test. Like, are you going to take this or aren't you? Are you going to really hold your own power? Like, look how she's trying to balance this, but she's like up on this rock mass and the waves are splashing, okay? So do you really want to go through expending all your energy onto this, or are you ready to make peace with it, move on? And the Chariot showing me that you'll overcome obstacles and move forward. So I think that's the advice, is to trust the feeling and move forward, okay? Now, I was going to pick you here, Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's see what you need to know here, Pisces. And you've got Acceptance, Waning Crescent 2. Interesting, because it looks like two hands, like almost like, are they going to grab each other, or are they separating? And I do get the vibe that they're separating, and there's something here about accepting that. Let's see what the book has to say about card number 4. It says, acceptance of the current situation is the first step to change. The past does not exist. The future hasn't happened. There is only right now. The quote is, I accept where I am and who I am right now. So basically it says where we are right now in its fullness allows us to also accept that there may be some chaos in our change before there is full order again. This can be an exciting feeling rather than one that generates fear if we hold our new intentions clearly. And it's mentioning you to use the stone lepidolite. I think that's how you pronounce it, lepidolite. I think that's a purple stone that's known for calming, okay? So sometimes, I know Pisces, I'm a lot of Pisces too. We can be very emotional. And we sometimes take these situations very personally when breakups happen. I didn't really get that it was a love. I got that it was like a friendship love. I didn't get that it was like a love relationship. It may even be like a work friendship. But there's a parting of ways here. And you just need to remember you're okay. And you will move on. And sometimes we need some blank spaces in between so we can choose wisely what we bring in. And so please don't feel like you're going to be alone forever, because that's not what the cards are saying. All right, I'm going to move these to the side, and a whole bunch of them here. Let's push this one to the back, and let's use the Everyday Witch minis here and go week by week for the month of June. Okay. We're going to call it 5 weeks here in June. And we'll see what you need to know. We got Father's Day this month, and then the end of the month, we go into the 4th of July week. All right, so the first week is the 1st through the 7th, and we have the 6 of Cups. So there's some kind, this kind of nostalgia, right? And there's some kind of exchange happening here. There's flowers being given. I would just be really gentle to yourself, maybe even buy yourself some plants. Definitely in that season up here in New England. The 8th through the 14th is a 3 of Pentacles. It's like a classroom setting. It's about collaborating with others, but it's also about learning. Okay, so learning from some of these mistakes, maybe. Not to say that it was a mistake to be friends with these people, but you're just learning. Father's Day week, 18th through the 21st, the Chariot shows up again. There's choices on which way to go. Either way, you are overcoming obstacles and moving forward, trusting feeling to direct you. 22nd through 28th, you got the 4 of Swords, so it's a good rest card. Okay, don't be afraid to take some rest time. We know that water signs need more rest than other signs. And the 10 of Wands, that you're carrying a heavy burden. Okay, so make sure that it looks like these decisions will have to be made at some point this month. And you have to tend to yourself and give yourself that time. Pisces rules retreating back, retreat back, rest, take care of yourself, and don't carry the burden. Sometimes things fall apart and they're out of our control. Okay, let's roll some dice here for you. You've got the South Node in the sign of Scorpio in the first house. Okay, the South Node is the cup of the past, right? And we're talking about relationships. And sometimes we repeat the same kind of situations because it's what we know, or because it has some karmic vibe to it, something we have to learn and we have to break through. And that's what I get about these relationships. These may be people that, can't prove it to you, but it's like familiar energy that you dealt with many lifetimes, or maybe many times in this lifetime. In the sign of Scorpio, that's asking you to transform it, to change it. In the first house, Aries house of I am, of newness, okay? So I think you're on the right path. You're breaking an old cycle. You have an opportunity to redefine yourself right now. So let's get the charm bowl out. Big punch bowl of charms, okay? And let's see what comes up. Have fun with these charms around. I hope you enjoy them. I enjoy throwing them. All right, I see the word have. I see that's blank. Okay, let's see. See the word vase for the flowers you're going to buy yourself. I see the word ran, CHAN. I see the word chance. What else? Any names? Anybody see any names? Please comment if you see anything. I'd love to hear from you. So, okay, I'm going to keep going here. So, let's look up at the top. We have an elephant. We have, what is this little thing? It's a little sort of frog. I think that's a frog. A little wine corkscrew up at the top. And then over here is a little punching glove. It says title on it. Okay, so we don't want to get into a fight. All right, so on the 3rd of the month, June, we have this shell. This came off of a bracelet that I had from Spain. Okay, so there's that on the 3rd. Have the letter R and the letter A on the 4th, and the symbol for Sagittarius on the 5th. Now, Sagittarius is a symbol of freedom and of forward movement. And we know we have the Sag moon this month. I see the word ran, and that's such a Sag thing. So don't run away from the problems, and also don't get into a fight over these problems. And be careful about how much alcohol you drink here with the corkscrew up at the top, so that you can choose your words wisely and you don't get into a fight, and you also don't run away from it. You just deal with it, and you deal with it with an open heart. Now, let's see, what else do I see? The word chin. Okay, I've got this little Monopoly jockey there on the 9th. The 12th has a lot of energy. It's got a couple Mother Marys, and it's got a tree of life and a little moose. Okay, so there's a lot of energy there on the 12th. 13th, the letter I. The 16th, you've got a guitar. On the 18th, you have the letter G. Over to the side here on the 1st, you have a pentacle, something of value there. The 23rd is a blank. All right, blank opportunity there on the 23rd. On the 24th, ACH. Is that a bank term, ACH? And we have the word arch, ARCH. Okay. Now, and this could be air conditioning also on the 24th. And then the 25th, we have H and a B. And the 25th is when I've been talking about to mark your calendar. If you haven't listened to the June month ahead, you might want to. That this is the luckiest day of the year. It's the luckiest day since 2002. So this is because Jupiter and the Sun will be together in the sign of Cancer at the same degree. And this is called Kazami, and it's a really exciting time. Mark your calendar. You got a lot of energy on the 25th. You got a wrench. Hopefully you don't have to fix some AC. You've got a sailboat. See the word hive, Hive, and the word hover. Okay, a lot of energy on the 25th. You've got a little unicycle on the 26th, and the word want on the 27th. A little Idaho potato over here on the 28th. On the 30th, you have the 5 of clubs and the letter E. On the 1st of July, the letter A. I'm going to count this as the 2nd of July with an O. The 3rd of July, you've got a mermaid. And down at the bottom, we've got some dog tags, a U.S. flag, and an angel. baby angel, okay? So a lot of activity on the 4th, the 12th, 24th, 25th, 30th, and then a little bit into July, all right? But let's go by our power days. Let's see what we rolled. And Pisces, when the moon is in Pisces. Well, we know the moon's in Pisces on Monday, June 16th. At 2:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It stays there the 17th and the 18th till 7:08 p.m. These are power times for you. You also rolled Aries, so we continue into Wednesday the 18th, the 19th, the 20th until 9:53 p.m. And then we rolled the sign Scorpio. And the moon will be in Scorpio starting on Friday the 6th at 10:23 p.m. through Saturday the 7th, Sunday the 8th, and Monday the 9th, 10:56 a.m. These are power times for you, Pisces, and thank you for joining me.